Throughout the Bluelock community, there is a mixed bag about how relevant Sae Itoshi is to the current cast of the Bluelock players, especially since he has no feats since the exhibition match. So with Thunder God and Taino Jutsu making the lore accurate videos popular, your boy is broke and he's gonna try and jump on this train and reevaluate how good Itoshi Sae actually is. Before we get into the video, make sure to like, share, comment, and most importantly subscribe. I'm trying to reach 2k subscribers, so join my Discord if you want to see sneak peeks of the videos and all that. Now onto the video. Born on Tuesday, October 10th, 2000, this baby prodigy was exposed to the world of football at a very young age. In his egoist Bible, he was explained to be into the sport of soccer by age 1. He also has hobbies in analyzing soccer players and team data, which is Henry's job. So he has a real chance as a soccer scout or sports analyst when he retires from soccer. Bro was taking soccer seriously to the point where he was mature enough to take his training seriously at around age 5 or 6. Most people at that age want to get the fun part of soccer only and wouldn't bother with the warm-ups unless told to. Young children who are not disciplined tend to do this the most. However, Sae is doing warm-ups in a degree that even I can't do in my physical age. I can't stretch for my life, bro. That boy looks comfortable doing it, maybe because he is short, he could do it with such ease, and is practicing juggling the ball as well. Now we jump to chapter 123 where he soloed the whole team to score. He carried his team on his back. This is an 8-year-old, by the way. So we see his awards shown in one panel. On the left side it's MVP, which is most valuable player. We see champion, youth soccer championship tournament. On the center side we see best player award, under 8 champions, festival children's division. On the right side we see A-team champions and national youth soccer. So Sae has made nationals and won so many accolades, which means he's won multiple championships, earned MVP and best player awards. I would assume he also won golden boots in some of these too. Dominated at youth and national levels, been successful across different age groups and teams. So yeah, Sae's been a beast throughout. However, just because he is capable of soloing a team doesn't mean he will only hunt for goals. As mentioned in his egoist Bible, his favorite player is Alvaro Soba, a player known for his dangerous rainbow passes. So if that is his favorite player, it means deep down he was always meant to be an offensive midfielder. However, the only one who could keep up with his rainbow passes was his little brother. Age 13. So this man was definitely having stingy thoughts about using his brother and was doing it at the fullest of his potential when him and Rin were dominating Japan. While we don't see Sae score goals at this age, he is still referred to as a striker by his opponents, and his supposed dream is still at this point to become the world's greatest striker. Even before going overseas, Sae was still a level above Rin, calling his shots naive, even asking Rin to increase the tempo of play. This is the same thing Isagi told Hiyori. Bro, Isagi and Sae's teamwork is gonna be immaculate. Who's gonna devour their chemical reaction? He leaves to Spain's Real at age 13 to join their youth team, where he manages to make the bench by around age 14 or 15. At age 17, he scores hat tricks, breaking Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, something Raito and Onyx still uses. Those unks. Bro was being referred to as the future of Japanese soccer, someone who can be the best striker in the world, as he was still in that position. Now coming fresh from Spain, Sae challenges Rin to a 1v1. If Rin wins, they keep their dreams of being the world's best strikers together. However, if Sae wins, that dream dies and Sae will go on to become the world's best midfielder. He now has fast hyperspeed scissors like that of Luna, then he pulls a double tap. Even Rin comments his dribbling was even faster than that of in Japan. So Rin, who had currently only nearly caught up to Sae, who was at the age of 13, now got gapped so hard by Sae, currently it wasn't even close anymore. His agility had exponentially increased as well. Rin notes his ball control has really improved exponentially as well too, who converted a near press into a roulette, who finishes Rin off with a cross elastical nutmeg, not giving his younger brother any moments to breathe. Without looking back, he broke his brother's dream. Okay, let's take a step back to give some scaling. So Sae, who Rin only caught up to his Japan feats, not even his Spain's feats, by the time of their Night Snow reunion, was already better than all of the Bluelockers at age 13. Rin had dominated the first selection season, clearing the 100 goal challenge first, dominated his 3v3 challenge, and barely scraped by the 4v4 match. So Rin had averaged 2.5 goals per game in the third selection in the Bluelock program, in the highest among everyone. Is still weaker than Spain's Itoshi Sae at base. This shows that the Blue Lockers could only contend with Itoshi Sae of 13 years of age, not even his base state. Okay, let's get into the new Gen 11. So Sae is confirmed to be a new Gen 11 at a panel of chapter 125, where he is dominating the youth team. Now, people may call Bunny the second best new Gen 11 just behind Noki because he starts for FC Barça, but you have to keep in mind that Sae wasn't Spanish like Bunny, so he couldn't sign a pro contract until he was 18, which is why he isn't playing club football until next season, which is August of 2019, which means he missed a whole season of soccer, not because of skill, but age. Kaiser was also shown to be crushing B-list veterans and fading superstars. We see a person in a Real Sociedad kit and one in a Marseille kit. This means Kaiser has been a starter in his team. The way him and Noah interacts also indicates that he has been in the starting 11 for at least a little bit. Bunny could have also reverted back to the U20 team like Kaiser did, but chose not to because he was comfortable there and would rather make a name for himself with Lovino entering the Neo Egress League, which means he could rise as a more prominent first player. Meanwhile, Kaiser wanted to leave his team and saw the Neo Egress League as a perfect opportunity to do so he regressed down to the U20 level just to crush Isagi, since he had a fetish for crushing rising stars. The reason I mentioned all this is that so the viewers can know while I'm doing this Sae Itoshi video that putting Bunny above Kaiser and Sae just because of him being on the first team is not enough to justify it, since either Kaiser and Sae could also be reviewed to have played for the first team or be on that level, and then what would you Bunny fans have to argue for that? Now let's get back to business. Sae Itoshi makes his U20 Japan debut against Bluelock and did not disappoint. When he receives the ball, he immediately goes for a no-interval pass from about 55 yards to Cho, a low-driven pass with medium speed. So Sae from future passes with Shidou could even go further, but because it was Cho, he held back on the proportions of that pass. This is why he is one of the best midfielders in the manga. The ability to use his weapons and maximize the best performance in his attackers has always been one of his strongest styles of gameplay. If I was to give it a term, I would give it the Maestro term. When getting double teamed by Nico and Chigri, he is simply able to send a gentle lob pass to Sendo, one that would allow Sendo to shoot for a goal, but he misses. Sae immediately jumps on their missed opportunity to show everyone what's up, scoring a rough angle byline shot to get the opening goal for the U20 Japan team. To round that opening play up, it was a super goal that was mocking the Blue Lockers for underestimating his skill sets, and to show his own team how a striker is supposed to get things done, even in a rough position. This is all thanks to his perfect kicking technique. Sae also alludes that he could have taken the shot from as soon as when Katsune Zatu sent him the pass, and even when Nico and Chigri were on. My god, so Nico and Chigri's press were really nothing towards Sae Itoshi. So yeah, Sae Itoshi could have scored 3 times. I'm not going to talk about his feats from chapter 118 as it's just the same as the Night Snow flashback. So we are going to cut to chapter 119 where Sae uses his L2 button to protect the ball. He catches him again with that same cross elastical nutmeg deja vu. When he breaks through, he sends a velvet soft pass to Sendo, a pass that could easily be trapped because of its backspin. This was because Sae was trying to make Sendo be able to beat Nico so he would have a strong chance at scoring, but Nico saw through it. Sae's vision of the field is insanely above nearly all the Blue Lockers to the point where he was nowhere to be seen at chapter 120, but was able to make it just in time to stop Karasu from receiving the ball, although he only barely made it as he couldn't get a perfect chop on the ball. Even though this game didn't matter to him, he was able to motivate his teammates to reach greater heights in chapter 121. Showing his presence can make people just want to surpass their own limits, just like how Toru Okaiwa did for his own teammates in Haikyuu. Sae again is the one receiving the loose ball, so this is the 3rd or 4th time in this game where he has flexed his superior vision in this game, and it's only in the first half. He is able to use some sort of Genga swaying motion to move past Isagi and Bachura and go for an assist, finally showcasing more of his power with this nasty trajectory, as now he is slightly increasing the pace, which is not something the U20 players are used to, as now they are pushing themselves to keep up with Sae's ideals. And before it was Sae repressing himself, even further, just so his teammates could keep up. Rin stops Sae's plan, so in response, he goes for a top bin shot to tie the game before a half as punishment for getting in his way, but the giraffe saves it. So in one half of playing without trying, Sae had 3 assist opportunities, 5 goal scoring opportunities, 2 recovered loose balls, and 1 defensive stop, and really could have destroyed Bluelock if he was really trying, but because of that, they were spared heavily. Now in the second half of Shidou Unleashed, Sae is able to do way more than in the first half, sending an immediate low driven pass with high speed to Shidou with such a narrow trajectory. This was even more impressive than Charles' contrarian trajectory pass, as Sae actually connected the pass and had it go through 6 people, and Charles could barely make it by 2 before he already stopped it. It's also revealed that Sae was the one who told Sendo to copy the Isagi X-Wing shadowing movements, as Sendo did it with Shidou. With just that one piece of information Sae instructed, he gave Shidou even more goal scoring opportunities, who sends a semi-gyro outside spin cross to Shidou. In the free kick, Sae sends a high-speed shot level pass to Shidou. He placed it just 2 centimeters above Chigri's head, so he would not intervene in this Cinderella moment, as Sae Itoshi had become the first person to unlock Shidou's full potential, making the Prodigy X Demon Wild Party begin. Something no one in Bluelock could do before. This play showed off Sae's ability to fix a plan in a few seconds, as when he noticed Chigri chasing down Shidou, he had to change up the pass from Chigri's reach. He had kept in mind Chigri's top speed and Shidou's desired scoring points, how much spin he had to put into the pass, and how fast it should have been. All those were pure reflexes by Sae, and Shidou used his reflexes to respond, making a perfect reflex by reflex duo. Keep in mind, Sae isn't even trying and already brought out a whole new level to reflex plays and finally awakened the demon that was only caught up to by the Uber's game in terms of reflex x reflex, and was the bare minimum for a goal in the PXG game. So Sae x Shidou should be able to hold up in terms of the NEL. I also found it funny how Isagi used the term threaded like a needle, because that is exactly what Sae's name means. Sae in chapter 130 takes matters into his own hands, as he is the first person to react to Guacamole's goal kick and immediately sends a no interval pass in the air. While he did not directly assist Shidou's, his insane plan was enough to get Shidou to enter Denji mode and scored his big Reze drive, a true explosion. Since flow is a challenge based concentration, without the challenges Sae gave Shidou, he wouldn't have entered Denji mode. Keep in mind, Sae still has been doing all this without really trying, as he has not shown any I-type. His aura is only his base aura as well. Sae had, for the second time this game, kept his presence like Kuroko, so he wouldn't be marked and be able to stop Isagi, taking the most easiest route to crush the most dangerous point with a beautiful delicate shoulder touch that took away Isagi's chance of scoring. Isagi said while he made it look easy, that was actually an extremely technical instantaneous play. Sae's Fibonacci sequence aura finally comes into play with the golden math ratio. We see his inverted eyes come out, to which means he is finally going to start trying. Sae does another nutmeg in this game, but now increases the speed. Most people have normal speed or even reduce their speed to recompose themselves after a nutmeg, but nah, Sae just instead turns it up a notch. When he plays in the second gear, he, instead of looking for passes, instead now dribbles his way through the defense to increase his passing options. Now this is not his full power. While PO2 scans did state that, it is not official. You have to keep in mind Sae never entered flow in this game, and he just was in an exhibition game where he didn't really need to try, and like there were so many opportunities where he could have won the game, but like he didn't, just because he was just messing around. This wasn't really the most serious game for him. We're gonna see him go all out in the future, but this was not him at his best. Even Isagi states he is only now getting serious, not that he is only going all out. And keep in mind, he doesn't really care for this game again, and is now actually deciding to see how things would go if he tried. So for those saying he went full power here, this is not the case. Now you got Sae bulldozing through Barrow, Karasu, and Rin like it's nothing. He also uses a Ginga counter dribbling style to get past Yukimiya, as Sae's dribbling style is described as a passive one that excels at reading the rhythm and movements of their opponent and reacting in the opposite direction. This was used by Bachira and Lavinho in the NEL, so this shows that Sae has Ginga too. This is all in the playstyle and Sae's goal for a beautiful destruction. So now thanks to Isagi, we have a complete analysis of the exact scaling that has been going on in this story, with the normal abilities from both sides to the challenge-based concentration known as flow that Shidou and Bao entered, to Sae bringing the game into a new level with his gear change, and Rin evolving to try and hold down that piece and be a sacrificial war piece to hold down his brother. Even with all the love he gave Shidou, he will still give his other attackers the ball if the situation calls for it, so it shows he isn't picky with his options, unlike Charles and Rail when they had their consistent passes to Shidou and Nagi. Sae also makes another instant judgment, as he, with the opportunity to score, holds his impulse to let IQ have a chance at scoring. Most players wouldn't be able to restrain themselves that close to goal. So yeah, with the corner kick, Sae can really just keep a perfect pinpoint pass to Shidou, as he was really close to doing it. And I know it was stopped by Isagi, but that was not Sae's fault, as it was because Rin was being a war piece holding down Sae, and Isagi took advantage of the damn near equal battle between the Itoshi bros. It's kind of like when Nagi did that with Rin and Isagi back in the second selection. Man, Sae caught Isagi lacking again with another nutmeg and pressed the R2 to keep up the pace, used an L1 with right stick for the heel flick over Bao, and spammed another one over Nagi without the ball even hitting the floor. Bro, what is Sae's ball control? It's actually underrated, bro. Now, that was it for Feats, as the same things he does with Rin, he's already done it in the manga. We get a beautiful chapter 147, which was the best animated scene in Bluelock, with the culmination of the previous two matchups between the Itoshi bros. Each matchup is a test to see if Rin had learned from his mistakes and could finally avoid the nutmeg. Last time it was when Sae kept the ball away from him that guaranteed his victory in the duel. However, now in the final test, Rin could counter that ball keep away technique that killed their dream in the first place and almost cost Bluelock the game here. And in the first half, he got hit by the cross elastical nutmeg, the same move he got hit by almost a year before he entered Bluelock. And that he does. Now, if we were to compare Sae to Kaiser, I would say it's pretty close, and the things Kaiser would have over him is shooting speed, shooting angles, maybe better vision, and defensive feats. Why I'm bringing him up is because we have to compare Sae to the NEL counterparts of the Bluelockers. He is pretty up there, I think. Rin is the only Bluelocker who actually has surpassed Exhibition Match nerfed Sae. Even Ego knows Sae still holds strong values against the Bluelockers, as Ego would use him in a World Cup lineup. He also still views Bluelock below him and only wants to join the U20 World Cup for Bunny, and not that he is impressed by their current level. We also have the fact that in chapter 326, he said they could have won 8-0. So he has a lot to prove to walk the walk, since he has been talking the talk. Since Kaiser only got a bid from La Real at 320 million yen, I'm assuming that should be the minimum bid for Sae, since he is in that same team. He could be way higher than what I just said, but I'm just speculating for now. If we take into narrative importance, he should be above Lorenzo, as Lorenzo's bid is only 280 million. As to why I still view him above Isagi, while I don't with Rin, it's because of physical feats. And I'm still talking about the exhibition match, not full power. Isagi himself acknowledges his abilities as an individual don't compare to Kaiser, Loki, or Lorenzo, which is 100% true, Isagi stands. A few games doesn't mean anything. Isagi could have lost horribly to Lorenzo if Kaiser wasn't there. Isagi could have lost to Kaiser had more weapons to use, but Isagi also wouldn't have had freedom and Kaiser wouldn't have had restriction. Against Loki, it's because of the multiple surrounding factors around him that let him be able to beat Loki. And yeah, so if Isagi doesn't have a dedicated freedom system to him, he can't do as well as people think. So yeah, exhibition match Sae would be weaker than NEL Rin, Lorenzo, and Kaiser, and the people above Kaiser. While I think lore accurate narrative Sae should be above NEL Rin and Lorenzo and around the level of Kaiser and those higher ups. All the achievements of trophies he won at age 8 up to age 13, getting signed by the youth team from the greatest club in the world at age 13 from Japan, dominating his youth team by age 17, scored an insane byline goal, scoring hat tricks for his youth team, awakening Shidou's flow state and making a mockery out of Chigiri 3 times, introducing Ginga to the series, introducing Reflex X Reflex to a new standard that should be held up until the NEL, where it became a norm for a goal against PXG, showing us what it's like to use Metavision consciously, bulldoze through Bluelock with ease, only getting stuck because of genetics. But last but not least, do you want to hate watching? I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Stay blessed. Suki out.